Hey, Samore Love Bugs, you have now tuned in to my Mobwives recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so to this all new, brand new channel. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos, okay? It will make me super duper happy. So, as you guys know, especially if you've been with me since Mobwives has started, last week I was unable to do Mobwives. Like, that's serious. I came back from going to an event for my beauty channel for Iman Cosmetics, and it was a great event. I did Empire, that recap. I was gonna do the game and I was gonna do Mobwives, but the tired bug just like caught me. Sorry, trying to move this over a little bit. The tired bug just kind of like caught me while I was typing, and I fell asleep. Yes, I fell asleep. I was sitting right there, and I was like typing on my iPad, and just, I don't know what happened. I woke up, and I was like, oh, okay, let me go to sleep. So yeah, that was scratch for that. But I just saw it a little while ago, so it's kind of like fresh in my head. And the fight was pretty crazy with Natalie and Karen. I don't blame Karen because, to be honest, although I tried to be a better person, especially my older age, older and wiser and everything and all that other good stuff, and to be a good example for the children that you may have in your lives, somebody's badgering me and going over and over. It's pretty darn hard to, like, compose yourself and not want to pound their face out. So I totally understand her flipping the table and going off on Natalie. Natalie is just, she says a lot of crap and she doesn't expect anyone to do anything about it or to address her because she's the queen. But nah, man, you're not really the queen. I'm sorry. Sorry for the rude awakening. So yeah, Karen had like completely snapped. They fought. Drita, she's in the background following in tow, talking about just let them fight because nothing's going to get solved if they don't fight. I'm like, is this what you're going to do when your kids want to fight? Yes, this is exactly what she's going to do. She's going to be like, no, just let them fight. Let them fight. So Karen, she's still trying to fight freaking Natalie. She was like trying to run after her, and Natalie just ended up taking a puff of her asthma pump, took some pulls of her cigarette, and she was out. She left. F this. I don't need to be here. She was just like, next time I see her, I will pound her face in. I'm like, girl, if you was going to pound her face in, then you should have did it this time. Like, why are you waiting for the next round? You know what I'm saying? Like, she wanted to fight you again. If you were so ready and everything like that, then you should have gone back and done what you had to do. Not know next time I see you. Anyways, girl, bye. London, when he looks at Natalie's face, he's like, yo, what happened to your face? And she tells him the story, her version, of course, how she beat her butt. She got her good, and he's just like, was it self-defense? And she's like, yeah. He's like, well, if it's self-defense, then I'm all for it. He's like, I don't like fighting, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm like, okay, excuse me, London. Okay, you stand by your woman, regardless. Renee, she found a letter that Junior had wrote for AJ, their son, and it pissed her off because she's like, he needs to leave him alone, and he's a rat. And she would have been happier if he would have been dead instead of being a rat. That's just like the ultimate scumbag to her. Like, that's something on the bottom of your shoe that's been stepped on for 360 days. Not 65. I know it's 65, but 360 days. It's not fully, it's not fully stuck on the bottom of your shoe, but, it's like, that's, you get my comparison. It's weird, it's a weird comparison, but it's a comparison nonetheless, and it kind of makes sense a little bit. So anyways, that's how she feels. She just feels like he's that scum. He's that dirt. He's nasty. That's what he is, okay? You wouldn't want to eat it ever. You wouldn't take that gum from the bottom of your shoe and put it in your mouth. No, and that's exactly how she feels about him. Disgusting. So right after that, she was talking to like one of her friends and just kind of like talking about everything and how she feels about it, and that he's gonna be getting sentenced soon, and she's upset that he might be walking away scot-free without doing anything because he ratted out Big Angie's cousin. Natalie DiDonato, she meets up with Karen, and Karen fills her in on what went down at the meeting that all the ladies had, and Natalie DiDonato tells her what kind of person it is that the other Natalie is, as far as she knows. She says that she's called them scumbags, no, sea hogs. What was it? Sea hog. Sea hags. She called them all sea hags. And Karen, she feels like Drita and Big Ange should have kind of stopped the fight between Natalie G and Karen. To be honest, I don't feel like that was their responsibility. At the end of the day, these are two grown women. If you want to fight, you fight. If you don't, then you don't. That's up to VH1, the security, and people like that. It's not really up to Drita to say, oh no, you guys gotta stop. Like, they're not the mediators, you know what I'm saying? That's not their job to do that. I mean, I guess at being good friends, not even, because, yeah, that's not their job to do that. So Drita and Natalie DiDonato, they meet up, and she tells Drita that she heard that Natalie G said, you know, what she said about the Sea Hags thing and stuff like that. Of course, Drita's pissed, and you know, Drita's always super duper extra. She's like, oh, if it's true, she's gonna pound her face in, and she wants to fight, and you know, just being super Drita. So Renee gets the news from Karen that Junior is going to be getting 11 years, and it kind of gives her a sense of relief because she felt like she always had to look over her shoulder because she didn't know when he would just like pop up. And to be honest, those order of protections, they're just a piece of paper. If somebody wants to get in your face, they want to stab you, they can stab you. I mean, yes, there will be some repercussions if you do decide to do that, but the paper's not going to be like a force field around you that's going to save you. You get it? Karen, she sees her family who live in Arizona, and she tells them later on that she would like to open up a marijuana shop, I guess, or something like that, because marijuana is now legal. But I feel like Karen said a little bit too much. Like, I don't know if this was all public information, if it was known or whatever, but it wasn't something that I felt like should have been told. She says that her father, like, that her mother pretty much doesn't want her to do this. She's like, it's a bad idea to have the name Gravano connected to marijuana. She doubts that Arizona is going to allow that. She also, when she says that, she tells us a story about her father and how Karen herself and her brother were both connected to a ecstasy ring, and their father was the one who took the rap for them, and he went down for it pretty much. So I'm like, is this public information? Because you're kind of like confessing to a crime right now. Did you know you were doing that? Is that okay? Is that what you were supposed to be doing? Please advise. And then the ladies, they go out to celebrate for Drita's calendar that she's going to be starting, well, that she's trying to get on and popping for her business. And Renee, she gets a text message from Natalie G that says something about, oh, you said I could ring your bell. I'm ringing your bell right now. Let's talk. And Renee's just like, is she hot? Like, what is wrong with her? I don't want to hang out with her. Like, we're not friends. This friendship is never going to be mended. It's over. It's a wrap. It's like in the dirt. It's down there, 6 feet under, and then we just shovel the dirt over it to cover it up, to make sure that it does not escape at all, ever. You know, that's how it is with her. So it was kind of ridiculous for her to even ask. Like, even when she was talking to London, she's like, you know, me and Renee, we kind of have like an understanding. I'm like, what understanding do you assume that you have with Renee? Because she doesn't know about it, you know? It takes two people to have the understanding. And pretty much other than that, those were like the main highlights of this episode. Looks like Drita and Big Ange may kind of have like a small little argument, but not really too sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one. Laters.